Hi, so I got a camera now. Yay! I have a camera. I can do videos that are decent quality again. Sorry, I need my laptop for the video. So I'm just loading Goodreads because today I'm gonna do my September wrap up and maybe an October TBR. I haven't really decided yet, but maybe. Probably not though, because I don't do well with TBRs. So I read 7 books this month, which isn't that good, but it's okay. Okay, so let's get started. The first book I read was The Dream Metropolis by Miles Cressman, and the cover will be here, like it always is. This was a book I received for review. I will link my review down below, which is on my blog, not my video. It was really good. It was like set in this massive dream world that everybody had retreated to, and it was really interesting to think what could happen, and it was really interesting that the dreams generally, they interest me. The only thing I really didn't like about it was that I wasn't really connected or emotionally invested in what happened to anybody, like, because there were so many points of views that I didn't feel like I knew any of them well enough to be like really upset when they died or when something bad happened to them. But I really do think it's good. I'm not used to so many points of views. I'm used to the one that I can get invested in, and I like that. So that was The Dream Metropolis. Next book I read was another review book. It was Darwin's Children by Natasha Larry. It was really good. It was about a psychic girl. She has telekinesis, and she's telepathic and empathic. And she lives like with her psychic family. And then she meets this girl who she's told to meet by this old woman who is an angel. Oh, it's really confusing, but it's really good. And this other girl turns out to have a power as well. And it's like this group of people who have these powers have evolved to have the powers, and it's like our next stage of evolution. And I think that's really cool. It's really, really cool, and I really like the characters and stuff. And I will hopefully be reading the second book at some point. The next book I read, City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. I'm not going to say too much about this book because, well, I did do a review on it. Link down below. And, well, I just love it. I love the moral instruments, and I really, really love it. I really do. I now have all the books on my shelf that are published so far. My mom bought me the last 2 for my birthday, so I now have that. So yay! And I have the first 2 in Pearl Devices, so I should be able to read them all pretty soon. Next book I read was Divergent. I'm finally on the Divergent bandwagon. It's so exciting. I loved it. I really want Insurgent, but the only covers I can get are the really ugly UK covers. And I have the pretty US cover of my Divergent, but the only cover I can get of Insurgent is the ugly one. So I think I'm just going to have to deal with it and buy the ugly one because I really, really need it. But it is so good. If you haven't heard what it's about a girl called Triss who lives in a a dystopian world where you can split into fractions depending on your personality type. So abnegation for the selfless, candor for the honest, divergent for the brave, and erudite for the wise. And Triss is a divergent, which means that she doesn't really fit into any of the categories. Like, she's a little bit selfless, and she's a little bit brave, and she's a little bit of everything, which really everybody is. Not everybody is fully wise, fully honest all the time. So yeah, and she chooses to go from abnegation, the selfless, to dauntless, the brave, which is like unheard of. And it also means that she has to leave her family because they have the saying that's fraction before blood, so she can't go back like to abnegation and see her family on a regular basis, and it's really sad. And then she meets this boy called Four, and I love 4. I wanna go and be a Dauntless and jump off trains with 4. Oh, so good. It's really good, and I will be seeing the film. I just hope, I don't know the date that it comes out, but I know it's in February next year, and I just hope it's not while I'm away, because I'm going to Austria, and I really hope it's not then, because I might cry. So yeah, that's Divergent. I will do a review of that at some point, but it's not up now, but I really, really loved it. Next books I read, I got from the library, and they are The Selection and the Elite by Kira Cass. I will talk about The Selection first, and I'm not going to talk too much about the Elite because it'll spoil it. Okay, so it's like The Bachelor, if you ever seen that. I've never seen it, but I know what it's about, and it's like The Bachelor. And this prince, he gets to pick a girl from the commoners to marry, and like loads of women apply who are in the age range to marry him, and America is the girl, and she applied only because her boyfriend wanted her to have a better life, and if she could, to marry the prince, because that would be a better life for her. And her and her boyfriend end up breaking up before she goes into the castle, and she ends up getting picked, and she didn't think she would. And then she thinks she'd hate Maxim, and he's really, really nice. And I really loved Maxim. And if in the one she chooses Aspen, I'm gonna have some strong words for America. I really am. And so yeah, it's like documenting her life in the castle with him and with the other girls, and it's really, really good. There's a lot of jealousy and conflicts between her and the other girls who are also having little dates with Maxim. There's also frustration from Maxim, and she doesn't really know if she still loves Aspen or if she wants to be with Maxim. And oh, it's so good. I have a rule. I mentioned my rule before. I don't read series straight after each other. I broke my rule because I had to. I tried reading another book and I couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't get into the other book because I was too tied up in America's world, and I wanted to know more. And in the second book, you know more about the world and what everything happens, and it's really, really good. And there's a lot of action in it. I really am looking forward to the one which has a cover now, and she's wearing a wedding dress. So I really hope that means she marries Maxim, because I couldn't cope if she didn't. Too many feelings. And the last book I read was Every Day by David Levithan, which was really good. It was only my second David Levithan book, and it's my first one that he's written on his own. So I really, really did enjoy it. I really loved it, and I was so confused throughout. It's about a boy. I'm just going to call him a boy. He's really genderless. He doesn't think of himself as having a gender because he has a different body every day. He wakes up and he's in a different body. So he could wake up as a girl or a boy, and it doesn't bother him. He's not tied down to one gender because it's always been like that. But I'm just referring to him as a boy because just and he always has rules that he doesn't mess with the people's lives that he is in the bodies of for the day, because he's only there for a day. He doesn't want to make too many changes that might affect the person in the long run, because a lot can happen in a day. So until he wakes up in the body of Justin and meets Justin's girlfriend, Rhiannon, and he falls in love with her, and the next day he just wants to see her. He doesn't want to do what the body wants to do, what the body normally does. He wants to go and find her, and so he does, and he ends up doing that, and he ends up messing up some things. Sorry about that. Apparently this camera doesn't like doing videos of more than 10 minutes, so that might be a little bit of a problem, but hopefully it won't be too big of a problem. So yeah, I can't remember what I was saying last, so I'm just gonna say it was really good. Every Day, it was really, really good, and I really loved it. I loved Rhiannon, and I loved her ability to love him even when he wasn't a him. She was straight, obviously she had a boyfriend, and she loved him even when he was a girl, even though she was less affectionate towards him. She still loved him, and she still showed that she loved him, and it makes you think whether you could be that type of person or not. So that was the books I read this month, and my TBR, I'm going to do a loose TBR. The Raven Boys, I really want to read. I just got Vivian versus the Apocalypse, I want to read that. And I can't think of any other books, probably Hex Hall maybe. Some of the books in my book hauls, watch those, especially my last one. 22 books I bought, so I want to read some of those. So yeah. Oh, the Moral Instruments, I want to read that. So I will see you next time. Bye!